scholars, we do know that happens in the middle of these things. So please check our signs. For the board, could I have a motion to approve the agenda? Okay, can I get a second after Elizabeth? Brian, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. All right, the reason we are all here is for some incredible presentations and recognitions, and we'd like to invite up first Sean Duckworth and Kristen Belcafine.
Good evening, I'm Sean Duckworth. I'm a senior high art teacher and the UPK 12 Visual Arts Department teacher leader. Just say that 5 times fast. First of all, thank you to the board and to all the administrators for always supporting our department and your ongoing commitment to fostering the arts in our district. Tonight we're going to share artwork for 5 wonderful students whose work has been selected for the Visual Arts Permanent Collection. This is an annual tradition, Victor, and it's very meaningful to us and the community because it honors our students' hard work and ensures their unique voices remain a permanent part of the district. I don't know if you noticed when you were in the boardroom, all the artwork that's on the wall, or if you've ever been in district office, all the artwork that's hanging in the hallways. That's all work from our students over the years, and it'll stay part of the Victor story. It's an honor to share the exceptional artwork that was selected to join the district, and we're going to start with ECS and VPS art teacher Kristen Belcafine.
Our first piece of art this evening is a mixed media Picasso painting created by our first grade student, Delaney. With a bold brush and endless curiosity, Delaney fearlessly tackled a complex mixed media painting inspired by the Cubist style of Pablo Picasso. The final masterpiece radiates creative bravery, beautifully showcasing what happens when a young artist like Delaney dares to push past her comfort zone. Congratulations, Delaney. Come on up, son. Channeling the expressive style of Jim Dine, 3rd grade artist Kieran carefully studied a real tool to create a striking paintbrush observational drawing. While the art studio often buzzes with high energy, Kieran anchors the room with his serene presence and intense focus. The moment a project begins, he completely submerges himself in the creative process, and it is wonderful to honor him through this piece in the District Permanent Collection. Congratulations, Kieran. Our third piece, this beautiful oil pastel drawing by 5th grade student John Carlo, demonstrates an impressive understanding of color theory, shading, and form. Through careful observation and thoughtful blending of color, John Carlo created a realistic and vibrant composition that brings the subject to life. Beyond his artistic talent, he is a hard-working, kind, and respectful student who consistently approaches his work with patience, care, and a positive attitude. He serves as a wonderful role model in the art room, and his selection for the district's permanent collection is a well-deserved recognition of both his artistic achievement and character. Congratulations, John Carlo.
picture? You want to hold it? Thanks.
Yeah, get that picture.
I'm also presenting on behalf of Mrs. Sarneckis, who's unable to join us tonight. This is what she wrote about her student, Matthew. Matthew has excelled in our 8th grade studio art class. He has grown so much as an artist this year in both creative problem solving and technical skill. Matthew is consistently focused, driven, and meticulous. His ability to capture realism in multiple art forms is far beyond an 8th grade level. His colored pencil snake artwork that was selected for the district permanent collection is a beautiful representation of Matthew's hard work and talents. We are so excited to see Matthew continue to grow in our art department as he enters high school next year. Matthew, are you here? Do I get in the picture? Not my scene. Okay, finally, I'm thrilled to introduce Sophia and her stunning digital photograph, which captures images of clocks beautifully yet unusually refracted through a glass of water. When I first met Sophia last fall, she wowed me week after week by flawlessly taking the technical and conceptual skills from class and pushing them to new, incredibly creative heights. Even with a demanding schedule full of AP classes, you would not believe how many AP classes Sophia is taking, and her commitment to the music department in the Philharmonic Orchestra. Sophia never compromised on her creative vision. I'm so excited for Sophia's work to be on display in the permanent collection. She's a great example of how hard work and dedication can lead to incredible outcomes. I truly hope she continues to pursue her creative talents long after she leaves Victor, or even next year, because she's not graduating yet. Come on down, Sophia.
Congratulations to all of our artists. I'm excited that you're sharing your work with all of us and that we will continue to look at it for years to come. Next up, I'd like to introduce Sue Utz and our DECA International Career Development Conference participants.
Good evening. It is my pleasure this evening to recognize our 11 outstanding Victor DECA members. We're only missing 2 because of the lacrosse game tonight. Our 11 students have earned the opportunity to compete at the International Career Development Conference. It was in Atlanta, Georgia at the end of April. Before we get started, we certainly want to thank Dr. Terranova, the Board of Education, Mr. Siesto, we see you over there, all of our DECA parents, and everybody who has supported this club. We have been going strong for many years. This particular group, we started strong in September, and they carried it right through till the end of April. ICDC, if you're not familiar, is the highest level of DECA competition. Students have to earn their way by excelling first at the regional level. They then move on to the state level. And it's also worth noting that moving on is getting more and more challenging as the DECA membership continues to grow. So each year it's just tougher and tougher for our students. So it's just really extra special to have this large group in front of us. At ICDC, our students competed against top business students from around the world, and they're all in selected events that test their business knowledge and skills. It really is a real-world, authentic opportunity for students to show what they've learned in the classroom on a day-to-day basis. We are incredibly proud of your professionalism, your months of preparation, and the way you represented VCS on the international stage. We're also especially proud to share that all 11 of our Victor students earned DECA's Award for Excellence this year. And I venture to say that I believe that might be the first time that everybody that went received the Award for Excellence. And basically what that means is that they achieved all performance standards within their competitive event. In addition, senior, would you step forward? Ashna Raman earned both a blue medallion and a silver medallion at ICDC, a very distinguished honor recognizing her outstanding performance. I'm now honored to recognize our Victor DECA members who competed. Well, if you don't mind, we'll hold applause until the end. And they are not in any particular order. So. All right, first up is Juliana Malone. Juliana is going to be a senior and will also be on our DECA leadership team next year. You're welcome. Jack Trombley. Jack is also a junior, soon to be a senior, also on the Victor DECA leadership team for next year. Garrett Fay, a senior, 4 years of DECA, off to Nazareth College. Congratulations. We had 2 freshmen this year, which is pretty incredible. First up, Evelina Sokolowski, also on the DECA leadership team next year. We have a large chapter, 200 kids, so we have quite a few officers. Emily Miller, junior, DECA leadership team next year. Canyon Shull, also a junior, and DECA leadership team. Kate Jablonski, our other freshman, which outstanding accomplishment, and will be joining on the team next year. Sorry, there's a few certificates there. Charlotte Johnson, 4 years of DECA officer for 2 years, ICDC a couple years. It's quite an impressive record for Charlotte. And then finally, Ashna Raman, again, 4 years of DECA leadership team, ICDC, multiple times, incredibly proud. So please join me in congratulating our Victor DECA students for ninth. We're good.
Congratulations to our DECA members, and because you people gave me a microphone one last time, I'm going to say thank you to Sue Utz for your years of giving to DECA, our work-based learning program. Thank you for all you've done. All right, next up, it's not often that, the board itself gives a speech to recognize folks, but we are doing that tonight. We'd like to welcome up Aiden and unfortunately Bella, who is not here today, but if Aiden, you'll please come up and join us. So tonight, we want to take a moment to recognize and thank our student board members, Aiden and Bella, for their dedication, their leadership, and their service. Throughout the year, they have generously given their time, shared their ideas, and worked hard to represent the voices of their fellow students. Their commitment has helped strengthen our school community and create positive opportunities for others. We deeply appreciate their willingness to step up, take on responsibilities, and make a meaningful difference. On behalf of the Board of Education, thank you, Bella, if you're watching, and Aiden, who is here, for your hard work, your passion, your leadership. We're grateful for all that you do and proud of the impact you're making. Thank you.
We'd also like to recognize and thank our PTSA for their unwavering support, generosity, and dedication to our students, staff, and Victor School community. Through countless hours of volunteering, organizing events, and providing resources, the PTSA helps create opportunities that enrich the educational experience for all students. Their commitment and partnership make a lasting difference in the lives of our students and their families. On behalf of the Board of Education, thank you for your hard work, your advocacy, and your belief in our students. We are truly grateful for everything you do. And I would like to recognize Jenny, Wendy, and Katya, who are here today. And if I could ask everyone to please stand for a round of applause for our PTSA.
All right, last but certainly not least, I'd like to invite Dr. Terranova up to honor our 10-year recipients.
Thank you, Mrs. Kostecki, and certainly I'm the proud superintendent tonight. I am here to formally recognize the 40 outstanding professionals who have earned tenure this school year. In Victor, tenure is not given, it's earned. It signifies a deep respect and commitment from the district to the individual professionals who have spent somewhere between 3 and 4 years honing craft.
All right, and we are back. And I am just going to quickly turn it over to Dr. Terranova for the superintendent's update.
Thank you, Mrs. Kostecki. And my first update is a big thank you to all the students honored this evening, including our Permanent Art Award winners, along with our DECA champions. What incredible accomplishments by those groups. Also, congrats certainly to our tenure candidates, an amazing group of professionals that will make a difference for kids for years to come. Recognize Aiden for his outstanding work, and Bella. They've been fantastic to have working with us on the Board of Education, and I've greatly appreciated them, and certainly a big thank you to our PTSA. So what a variety of groups that help us and make us a community. Seems like a year ago, but we haven't had a board meeting since the May budget vote. Huge thank you to the community for passing our budget by a 73% margin. As I always say, the respect our residents have for the work that our staff does with their children on a daily basis is the single most important factor when people head to the polls for school budgets. And these results are a direct reflection of our staff and their dedication to our students. Also, congratulations to Dr. Parks and Dr. Adams for winning re-election to the board. You've been great partners to work with, and I'm greatly looking forward to our work to continue over the next few years. We've had many outstanding athletic accomplishments this spring, and I know Mr. Siesto might talk about a few of these, I'm not sure, but I wanted to mention a couple. Certainly our 55 Special Olympians, actually they crossed from elementary all the way to the high school, who competed in Newark on May 29th in the Special Olympics. Their grit, determination, and talents were truly inspiring to witness. A huge thank you to our staff members and student helpers who accompanied our student athletes and helped to make this experience possible. Our Special Olympics athletes are outstanding role models, and we are incredibly proud of them. We also have our boys and girls lacrosse team, as well as girls track and field teams, along with individuals from the boys and girls track and field team who qualified for the state tournament. They also earned sectional titles this spring. It was an amazing accomplishment by this group. Our varsity boys have a significant lead in the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter, so I don't want to jinx it, but they should be moving on to the state championship on Sunday, and I know our girls, they won? They won, good, thank you. Anyhow, they're going to be playing Sunday, and our girls play tomorrow to see if they can advance, and our girls and boys are actually in Webster for track and field, so we're excited about their accomplishments and what they're doing. Also, last piece, a few celebrations are headed our way. First of all, Flag Day is this Sunday, June 14th, the anniversary of the adoption of the Stars and Stripes as the official U.S. flag in 1777. Obviously, this is a special year as it is the 250th year anniversary of the birth of our nation, so Flag Day will be very important. Also, Juneteenth, next Friday, June 19th. It's a school holiday to commemorate the emancipation of enslaved people in the United States. The holiday was first celebrated in Texas, where on that date in 1865, in the aftermath of the Civil War, enslaved people were declared free under the terms of the 1862 Emancipation Proclamation. So that's Friday, June 19th. And on a specific note for Victor, graduation is this Monday, June 22nd. 7:30 p.m. at the ESL Ballpark, used to be called Innovative Field. I think it used to be called Frontier Field, but it's there, and it's an amazing event. Fireworks will be after that, and Mr. Siesto and his team does a fantastic job organizing graduation. So that's my superintendent's update for this month.
Thank you, Dr. Terranova. And good luck to our lacrosse teams as they carry on and our track athletes tomorrow. Item 6, public participation. Although the board's work is open to the public, this is not a meeting with the public. At this time, privilege of the floor is offered to those who have signed up to speak. The chair will be happy to recognize those of you who wish to speak. When you approach the microphone, please identify yourself before presenting your thoughts. Individual comments will be limited to 3 minutes, and the total time for this portion of the agenda will be limited to 30 minutes. Please note, issues related to specific school district personnel or students must be brought to the attention of the superintendent of schools privately and are not discussable at this venue. Thank you. First up, Mike Modleski.
Hi, Mike Modleski, president of the Victor Teachers Association. And I think 2 favorite board meetings are the first one and the last one. So it's like exciting, and then it's exciting Well, for a different reason. I sent a message to the union VTA members this morning, and I was like, I think that everyone thinks that summer vacation is because of the farm calendar. I don't think that's true. I think the people who initially decided that school vacation was going to happen between June and September just knew that if they didn't give people a vacation, all their teachers were going to quit or go insane. With the heat this week, it's been a tough week, but summer's coming. I want to echo what Dr. Terranova said. Congratulations to Dr. Parks and Dr. Adams. Thanks for your continued partnership. Glad to have you back on the school board. And thank you for the entire board for your presentation today to honor our newly tenured teachers. Not everyone views it as an honor, and I'm glad that we do and that we celebrate it. And we say to our teachers, you've earned this spot here, and we're going to put the full weight of the district behind you and support you. So thank you for that. And lastly, I just want to take a second to thank Dr. Terranova and the entire administration this year. There were a lot of initiatives. We got new teacher evaluations being rolled out. Our contract negotiations, Dr. Passero and Mrs. Griffin, Ms. Finter was heavily involved. So just to be able to work through problems together with the administration is not something that every union president enjoys. So thank you to everyone sitting over here and everyone up front for having the difficult conversations that need to happen to keep our district moving forward. So probably won't see me in July or August, but I look forward to seeing you back here in September to celebrate the start of a new year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Maldusky. We will miss you in July and August. Have a lovely summer, and thank you for all you do. Next up, Adam Karaguz. Sorry, tell me how to pronounce that.
Close enough. All right. Good evening, Dr. Terranova and members of the board. My name is Adam Carouse. I grew up in Canandaigua, spent a few decades in the military before returning to the area to raise my children. My wife, Christine, and I have 3 children entrusted to your care here in the district. In front of you, you have a book called The Digital Delusion and congressional testimony from Dr. Jared Cooney-Harvath. I'd like to just talk a little bit about his book and the case that he makes about EdTech. So for a little while now, I've had a rather zealous intuition that we need to get rid of digital technology in the classroom below, say, age 16, right? But who am I? I'm just a father looking at the situation from the outside. I'm not a school-age teacher, although I did teach at a university for a few years. Now I teach adult learners, but college students and adults are a different student population than what we're dealing with here, right? And I don't have a degree in higher ed. So while I had this intuition about digital technology, I wanted to be humble about what I didn't understand. So the picture's coming into a little bit tighter focus now. Dr. Jared Cooney-Harvath is a neuroscientist and educator working on human learning, memory, attention, and brain function. He focuses on translating neuroscience research into strategies for education, teaching, and communication. So I'm just going to read just his executive summary. It's only a few paragraphs here from his congressional testimony. And this was making the rounds on social media probably in January timeframe. You may have seen his congressional testimony, but he says, over the past 2 decades, the cognitive development of children across much of the developed world has stalled and in many domains reversed. Literacy, numeracy, attention, and higher order reasoning have declined despite increased school attendance and expanded public investment. One major structural change distinguishes today's classrooms from those of prior generations: the rapid and largely unregulated expansion of educational technology, EdTech. Digital devices now occupy a significant share of instructional time, assessment, homework, and student attention. The available evidence from international assessments, large-scale academic studies, and meta-analysis shows that increased classroom screen exposure is generally associated with weaker learning outcomes, not stronger ones. In narrow circumstances, tightly constrained adaptive practice and remediation, digital tools can support surface-level skill acquisition, but in most core academic contexts, screens slow learning, reduce depths of understanding, and weaken retention. This is not primarily a question of teacher quality, student motivation, or access to devices. It reflects a structural mismatch between how human cognition develops and how digital platforms are engineered to capture attention, fragment focus, and accelerate task switching. And then just his closing, He says, this is not a debate about rejecting technology. It is a question of aligning educational tools with how human learning actually works. Evidence indicates that indiscriminate digital expansion has weakened learning environments rather than strengthened them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, and for copies of the book. I am very much looking forward to reading this as someone who works in academic publishing and higher ed. So thank you for your time and your comments. All right, moving on to item 7, when we have the acceptance of consent items A through J. Before I take any motion, any questions or comments? You're all making it so easy tonight. All right, can I have a motion to approve consent items A through J?
Elizabeth?
A second?
Carol?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any opposed? Motion carried. All right, item 8A, campus news.
Good evening. My name is Rob DeRose, the principal of the Victor Early Childhood School. As we wrap up another school year here at the VEX, I'd like to share a few updates and celebrations. Our kindergarten and first grade teachers are concluding a year of strong work through their PLCs. Kindergarten teachers, as they review their spring data, are celebrating substantial growth in early literacy skills, especially students' ability to decode CVC words as measured by our benchmark assessment, the AIMS-WEB program. First grade teams also are reviewing their student progress in oral reading fluency, which was a part of their goals with their PLCs this year. And through the partnership between classroom teachers, AIS teachers, teacher aides, students have demonstrated growth in fluency as measured both by the Super Kids program as well as the AIMS-WEB benchmark that's administered 3 times a year. A thank you also to our ELA and Humanities TOSA, Heather Della Porta, for her contributions toward this work this year. Heather's provided trainings to our teachers, resources, been in our classrooms modeling different various interventions and strategies, and really helped our teachers feel confident in moving forward with some innovative approaches to teaching. We recently completed our incoming kindergarten screening process. Classroom teachers, PPS staff, speech-language pathologists spent time getting to know our newest students and their families in order to gather really important information to help us with the placement process. Students and families also had the opportunity to meet with staff to share their story, tell us about their child and their hopes for their kindergarten school year. This helps make sure we build a really strong partnership and foundation between our school and our families and our young learners as they get ready to start their journey through the Victor School District. Our incoming pre-K students will be welcomed to a screening process in early July. Communication to those families will be provided in the coming weeks. Tomorrow, our school will hold its annual Flag Day celebration. Students and staff will gather in our auditorium for our patriotic songs, showing off the hats that they've been busy creating this week, and all sorts of patriotic spirit wear in our auditorium. And hearing our students sing Grand Old Flag remains one of the highlights of the year for me and anyone that works in our building. On the final day of school, we're going to celebrate with our annual Field Day. It's a great way to close the year and begin what we hope is a safe, enjoyable, and memorable summer for our students, staff, and families. We've got a field day planning team, Sarah Toy, classroom teacher, Emily Shozek, school counselor, and Ashley Zahn, school counselor. They've been doing a phenomenal job organizing this event with around 70 volunteers and making sure every child has a fun schedule that is going to help them have an amazing last day of the school year. Finally, congratulations to our tenure recipients. We're so proud of their hard work and their commitment to our students, and we're fortunate to have them as a part of our team. And we wish the board and our community and our teachers, students, and staff a wonderful upcoming summer and an amazing end to a great school year. Thank you always for your great support. We appreciate it.
Hello, I'm Amanda Byrne, principal of the primary school. And as the school year comes to a close, Victor Primary School continues to celebrate connections, special experiences, and traditions that make our community special. On May 29th, students and staff participated in an event called VPS Cares About Reading, a school-wide celebration of literacy and belonging. The day began with a whole school assembly led by members of the high school's Elevating Student Voices group. The high school students facilitated a community building stand-up, sit-down activity and read aloud the book, All Are Welcome. As a follow-up to the event, all classes participated in outdoor reading with their buddy class at the end of the day. It was such a joy to see the whole school community outside reading together, cozy on blankets and towels, and deep in their books. Looking ahead, VPS is preparing for field days on June 16th and 17th. We'll kick off the day with a pep rally to build school spirit. Then classes will adventure to their various stations, including a glow stick dance party, relays, spray tag, and swimming. This year, we are inviting a monumental 166 parent volunteers over 2 days. We're so grateful to our PTSA, PE team, and CARES Council, as well as our parent volunteers, whose planning, donations, and support will make this event possible for all of our students. The third special event that I'd like to highlight is when Mr. Fish's class recently participated in a long-standing chemistry connection, and Mr. Fish is retiring this year. This is a partnership between Victor Primary School and Victor Senior High School that has spanned more than 20 years. AP Chemistry students led hands-on experiments and interactive learning stations, creating memorable experiences for our students and fostering curiosity and a love of science. It highlighted our strength as a district community, as many of our high school students once participated in the experience as primary school students and came back to join us as mentors. Importantly, I also want to recognize the Suzuki Strings program. Last night was the primary Suzuki Strings concert, which celebrated the 60th anniversary of Suzuki Strings. Dr. Suzuki moved to the United States from Japan and personally introduced the Suzuki method to Victor schools. Hallmarks of the program are ensuring that everyone has access, musicians start early, and the parents have strong involvement. Especially at the primary school, we are so fortunate that our students have the opportunity to take strings lessons starting in 2nd grade, rather than waiting till 4th, and have the continuous opportunity through their senior year. Finally, I'd like to congratulate this year's VPS staff who earned tenure. Some of our teachers receiving tenure this year have already become leaders within our school community and contribute positively to our culture every day. We're grateful for their service and proud to celebrate this event. Thank you to our board and to our colleagues for a strong school year, and we are looking forward to the rest, relaxation, and fun that summer brings. Take care.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jim Morrow, and I'm the principal of the intermediate school. Congratulations to our VIS staff earning tenure tonight, as well as the staff members from the other buildings as well. As the 25-26 school year begins to wind down, our VIS school community is looking forward to some fun end-of-the-year events, while also taking time to reflect on the learning and growth that has taken place throughout the year. At the end of May, we held a school-wide assembly where students reflected not only on the progress they made this year, but also on areas where they can continue to grow. We were also treated to performances by our 6th grade select ensembles. During the event, I may or may not have had the opportunity to join the jazz band on the cowbell during their performance of Smoke on the Water, so we'll let the audience decide whether that actually enhanced the performance or maybe not. Our teachers continue to engage students in meaningful, hands-on learning experiences. One excellent example comes from Mrs. Fitzgerald's 6th grade science classes, who are currently studying light waves. Students have been learning that light carries energy because it can cause matter to change. To apply these concepts, they participated in a s'mores solar cooker project. Using aluminum foil to reflect sunlight, black paper to absorb heat, and plastic wrap to trap the heat, students designed and built solar cookers with the goal of cooking a marshmallow using the sun's energy. And not only did students enjoy putting their scientific knowledge into practice, but they also enjoyed the sweet reward at the end. One of the most impressive parts of the project occurred when a group of curious 4th grade students stopped by and the 6th grade students enthusiastically explained to them how their cookers worked and the science behind them. We've also been extremely grateful for the field trip opportunities our students have experienced this year. Most recently, our 4th graders toured the Erie Canal with the Sam Patch boat tours and visited the Valentine Museum. These experiences help bring classroom learning to life while deepening our students' understanding of our local community and New York State history. Over the next few weeks, we will celebrate our 6th grade students as they spend their final days at VIS. We are incredibly proud of the growth they have demonstrated since entering our building as 4th graders, and we know they are well prepared to do great things at the junior high next year. Thank you for your help making this school year a wonderful school year for our staff and for our families and students, and thank you for your continued support of VIS.
Good evening, everyone. Brian Gee, the principal at the junior high school. And I echo the sentiments of some of the administrators before us and just congratulate all the folks that joined the junior high this year. We have quite a team that we've been assembling over the last decade or so, and this year we really enhanced it with some great permanent team members, so I'm very proud of those folks. Similar to what Jim mentioned about field trips, we did have an opportunity to make some really meaningful connections for a large number of our students as they attended an ensemble competitions at Darien Lake. We have some pictures of that. Just an absolute wonderful event for our kids to showcase all their hard work in band, chorus, and orchestra. And aside from how well they do, which every year they do well from the competition side, it's their opportunity to get out and perform. And we get feedback. This year we got feedback from a colleague of Dr. Terranova's commending how wonderful our kids were, not just as performers, but as people. So when I hear that, that is a key thing for us to celebrate. Also, building better communities within the junior high. Our garden club has really taken on the courtyard in the junior high. That's always been an area where groups have kind of borrowed and adopted that over the years, and they've really kind of taken that under their wing this year and enhanced that. And it's become a space where a lot of our 1213 and 811 students also have now kind of moved in to help out as well. So it's becoming a nice inclusion opportunity for us. The year is kind of wrapping up, but that doesn't mean our teachers have kind of taken their foot off the gas. We have quite a bit of curriculum writing happening, planning for not only this year, but for next year. Teams of teachers taking time out during their day, planning around during our exam time to get together to really think about planning and looking at a student assessment to determine what we need to focus on. And I want to thank them for that high level of commitment, even as the days start to feel like they get a little bit longer and quite a bit hotter, actually. Laura and I are enjoying our end-of-year reflective meetings with each of our teachers. We're really talking about that model of instruction and what that looks like for the junior high school. And then lastly, we also are getting ready for our field days. They start next week on Tuesday. We do not have a glow stick dance party, so that may be something we're going to have to put in play for next year. But we do have a dunk tank and an obstacle course and a whole variety of other things for our kids to enjoy. And our PTSA is a huge supporter and help within those events as well. So thank you very much, and I look forward to summer updates coming up soon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brian Cieso, principal at Victor Senior High School. It's the month of June, and we have nothing going on. So I hope you have a great summer. Just kidding. I would like to start by recognizing and congratulating all the 10-year recipients tonight. Very nice work, and you have definitely earned this. My first update is about a senior, Hudson Pender, who was recognized by the Webster Lions Club for his volunteer work at Camp Smile. Hudson is a Victor senior who volunteers at the camp for children who are blind or visually challenged. The camp started in 1972 and has about 25 children and young adults between the ages of 5 and 21. The purpose of the camp is to provide real-life opportunities not always available to visually challenged youngsters and to encourage independence, experiment, feel, and sense new things. Hudson has been there the past 5 summers, and he has consistently demonstrated patience and encouragement with the campers and is a true role model for the campers. And the Lions Club presented Hudson with a certificate of appreciation and a $1,500 check to be used for his future education for his service to the camp. So I think it's just a very wonderful tribute to Hudson, and he, very understated young man, and it was nice. Tim and I were able to meet with him yesterday and his parents, so it was really nice to do that. Just want to give kudos to everyone who helped organize our Unified concert, which was last Friday, June 5th. It was a great inclusion opportunity. Earlier today, Jeremy Hawkinson did a theater reveal for next year, for 26-27 school year. He's never done this before, and I think there were over 120 people who came to it. Next year, the junior high musical is going to be Tarzan. The fall play at this high school is going to be 12 Angry Jurors, and the spring musical at the high school is going to be Chicago Teen Edition. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a great year. And we've also had a number of events this past month. A big thank you to our PTSA for sponsoring the annual Impaired Driving guest speaker presentation last week with Mrs. Marianne Angelillo. She's been coming here every year for over a decade. She is the mother of Matthew Angelillo. Matthew lost his life in a drunk driving accident as the passenger in a vehicle in June of 2004. Her discussion with our seniors evokes humor, sadness, truthfulness, and a plea for our students to stay safe during a very celebratory time of year. She's been a very good partner with us for more than a decade, and we are grateful to PTSA for continuing to sponsor such an important event. Our annual Cap and Gown campus walk was later that same day. We want to thank the staff and students in the ECS, primary, intermediate, junior high, and high school for coming out to cheer for our graduating seniors. This is one of my favorite events every year. The whole community truly comes out. A very big thank you to Kim Baxter, who is our high school PTSA, one of our PTSA reps, and the PTSA parents who came in and helped with student name tags and lanyards for the walk and really supporting the entire day. Senior breakfast and senior ball was last Friday, June 5th. Special thanks to the class advisors, Courtney Tortorella and Allison Baker, for organizing those events. We had senior awards night last Tuesday, where no alarms went off, so it was a great night. Our students in the Finger Lakes Technical and Career Center have their graduation ceremony on Monday at Marcus Whitman High School, so congratulations to these seniors for their outstanding commitment to earning credentials in the important trades and skills fields. Senior Bash is on Thursday, June 18th. We want to thank the parents who are organizing that event for our seniors, and as Tim mentioned, graduation is going to be a week from this Monday, June 22nd at ESL Ballpark, so we're looking forward to that. And we did have one field trip this past month. It was a SEAS trip to the Adirondacks that Steve Cronmiller with some students and a couple of staff members. Steve is definitely going out in style. So he's retiring in a couple weeks, and he's working right up to the end, just giving back to the community and to our students so that they are on one of the high peaks. So it was a great time. I do have Bella Polanco's student campus news tonight. She is not able to be here, and she apologizes. She's not feeling well, but she said that as she wraps up the final board meeting of the school year, she would like to begin by congratulating our graduating seniors. She says she wishes them the best of luck as they take their next steps, wherever that may lead. I also want to thank the entire student body for an amazing year and wish everyone the best as finals approach. Bella continued to say that last week, Mrs. Utz helped organize the School to Career Connection Breakfast on Tuesday, June 2nd. Bella was fortunate enough to attend and had the opportunity to connect with many members of the business community. Some of my peers shared their experiences with work-based learning and spoke about how the program has helped guide them as they plan for their futures. I've personally participated in this program and have constantly spoken about my experiences and encouraged other students to get involved. It's an incredible opportunity. And Bella said she'd like to recognize Mrs. Utz one final time before her retirement. She has made a lasting impact on our school and has influenced so many students at the high school. Thank you, Mrs. Utz, for everything you've done. And best of luck to Mrs. Joe Arnitz as she steps into this role next year. I'm excited to see what's ahead for work-based learning. Lastly, I want to give one last thank you to our superintendent student leadership group and the effort they have put into making our school a better place, and I can speak to that certainly. And thank you, everyone, and have an amazing year. And that's Bella's update. I'm going to turn it over now to my man, Aiden.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aiden Kellner. I'm one of the student representatives to the Board of Education. First of all, I'd like to thank Mrs. Kostecki for the kind words earlier this evening, and I would like to thank the entire board for making this a great year and the continued support. The girls lacrosse team has their state semifinal game tomorrow at SUNY Cortland, and if they win, they will be playing in their 5th state championship game in a row, so best of luck to the girls team. Regents exams have already started. I know the teachers have been preparing the students for the upcoming exams, so good luck to all the students on their exams over the next couple of weeks. And then I just want to say thank you to all the seniors for not just as an athlete, but looking up to them in the high school and throughout going through the district. So thank you to the seniors, and that's my update. Thank you.
Thank you all, and easy to recognize both you and Bella. Aiden, you've done an incredible job this year and have set the bar incredibly high for our new board member joining next year, and we're excited to welcome Jasmine starting July 1. Next up, our health, physical education, athletics update from Dewey Weimer.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dewey Weimer. I serve to champion courage, respect, and resilience to empower others as your Director of Health, Physical Education, and Athletics. Appreciate the opportunity today to talk a little bit about our department. I want to thank Dr. Turnover for the opportunity, the Board of Education as well, to show you a little bit about what we do in our athletic, health, and physical education program. When I met with Kim Dole a little bit about how this presentation should look, she said, try to bring it down a little bit on pictures. You're going to see a lot of pictures tonight. Almost all pictures, which is great. To start off, this is our staff. This is our office staff. I feel very, very blessed to honestly say we have the best office staff. Georgia Turner and Mike Ferrari, our Assistant Athletic Director. And I had a privilege this year working with Gus Papajohn through the Work-Based Learning Program. He's going to Utica University this fall for athletic management, so we put him through the ringer. He learned a lot about what it takes to run an athletic program. He also stepped up and did a lot of leadership within our athletic program. He contributed to our Blue Devil Buzz, which is a weekly coaches newsletter. He talked a little bit about student perspective and the recruiting process, leadership both on and off the court or field, how to value or the value of a student section and things like that. So I really wanted to thank Gus. We're one of the few departments in the district that not only have instructional leadership, K-12, but also we're very connected to our community on a daily basis. We work with other school districts throughout the state, transportation, officials, event staff, maintenance, grounds, custodians, Department of Education for certifications, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just a team of 3 up there, but we're extremely proud of this group that we've assembled, and we have a lot of fun in the process. You hear a lot about the success we have in competition, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what we do outside of that as well. So I have a few pictures up here. First of all, the Scott Zahn Memorial Classic. We've been doing this for several years now. It benefits the Victor Farmington Food Cupboard and the Canandaigua Churches in Action. We do this through our basketball programs. The top right is the Autism Up flag football game. This was the first year that we did this with the Pittsford school districts, and this benefits Autism Up, which is a nonprofit organization helping individuals with autism spectrum disorder, serving more than 4,000 families in the greater Rochester area, and they deliver vital programs that build connection, independence, and life skills. We did have the Ahonen Takedown Cancer Duels and Victor Hockey Pink the Rink. They combined forces this year to benefit the Cheryl Deal Memorial Scholarship, which is very near and dear to our hearts in the athletic office, and also the Sands Cancer Center. And then also, finally, lastly, the annual Teddy Bowl football game, which benefits Camp Good Days and Special Times. And we also provide opportunities for honorary coaches and cheerleaders for students who may not ever have that opportunity to participate or be a member of a scholastic athletic team, which leaves a lasting impact. Now, this is just a few. We do a lot more, and I apologize for not reading them all off, but if you go anywhere towards the mall, you'll see a lot of bell ringers and things like that, but we are very proud of all the things we do outside of our competition. Some of the partnerships. Told you lots of pictures. Some of our partnerships, Devil's Den Student Section, top left, great student section. I really want to give a shout out to our student leaders this year, Maddie Langen, Colin Megan, Kenna Anderson, and Lila Kubrich, who are all still playing right now. All four of them are lacrosse players. They did a great job. They were actually national finalists in a competition with other student sections. We got third place out of in the entire nation, but we did earn first place in the state for student section, which if you see the big flags we wave, those were purchased based on that recognition, so it's really cool. I want to thank the Victor Fire Department for their continued support. A couple years ago, we gave them a varsity letter and a pin every time that they did an escort. This year, we had to give them another varsity letter because the pins were filling it up too much, which is a good problem to have. We had incomplete teams this year, thanks to the Board of Education support with this as well. So we're still partnered with Pittsford, bottom left, to offer Nordic skiing, which is growing a little bit. And Colin Maynard, bottom left, he actually was a state representative this year. He placed second in our section, so he's off to great things. We are also partnered with Penfield and Webster for gymnastics, the middle picture there. Alyssa Young did a great job. We started a pilot with our girls wrestling. We had two female wrestlers, Ming Herdick and Gabby Kahart, and Coach Carmiller did a great job traveling with them to female-only competitions, which is a totally different sport than freestyle wrestling. And then lastly, Reem and Miss Westbrook, Student Council, for partnering to update our trophy cases. They're in one of our locker rooms that we kind of took over. We cleared everything out. They're going through categorizing, making sure that everything is accurate to our record. So I really appreciate the hard work that they're doing as well. Don't want to press it too many times. Physical education, we have such a robust program here and so many different opportunities both on and off campus. Physical literacy, the definition of that is the ability, confidence, and desire to be physically active for life. So what you see up here is the ECS in primary. They're working on foundational locomotor, which is gross and fine motor skills, patterns, teamwork, communication, collaboration, patience, and a lot more. I want to thank Kristen McLean, Rob DeRose, Laura Reynolds, Lindsay Carl, Emmy Grinnell, Brett Leader, and the rest of the physical education staff for their collaboration. We're piloting a new aquatics experience for our first graders, utilizing a field trip model, which is providing our first graders with a high-quality experience for a 60 or 70-minute block to ensure a safe and enjoyable aquatics learning environment. It's been great so far. I visited yesterday, and the smiles were just as big as you can see. I don't want to press it too many times. Throughout the physical education program, you will see some themes on the following. Aquatic safety, one of the most robust aquatic programs you'll see for physical education. A lot of PE programs honestly haven't brought aquatics back since COVID. We're one of the first to bring it back and then continue to expand it. We have daily opportunities for rhythm and dance expression, typically at the K3 level. Again, cooperation, teamwork, and communication through new games, volleyball, flag football, basketball, and other team activities. Lifetime activities such as fly fishing, pickleball, yoga, mountain biking, table tennis, racket sports, and more. Unified physical education is something we started a couple years ago, highlighting acceptance, understanding, and true inclusiveness. And then our leadership and coaching elective, this is our second year, and that continues to grow as well. Health education continues to be a dynamic program with very forward-thinking curriculum writers. We partner with Safe Harbors to help us with our Aaron's Law mandate. The goal of that program is to empower children with the information, skills, and support they need to be safe without frightening them. This is for our K-7 students. Thompson Health, they help us with delivering personal hygiene lessons and the importance of taking care of your body, medically appropriate content on the reproductive system parts and functions, and the changes in the mind, body, and emotions that most people experience during adolescence. That's for our 4th through 6th grade students. And then this year we introduced Delphi Rise. It's a new partnership in collaboration with Lindsay Snyder, our substance use prevention counselor. This is providing foundational awareness of health and safety and decision making related to substance and unknown materials, and applying that knowledge and skills to resist negative influence, manage stress, and make informed health-related choices. So we want to say thank you to them. Obviously, our 7th and 10th grade health education has made tremendous progress over the last few years, specifically with nutrition and fitness, human growth and development, mental and emotional health, and empathy and positive relationships. And recently, Mr. Siesto and I have been partnering and collaborating with some students who are also contributing to the curriculum, so we're looking forward to working with them throughout the summer. Very proud of our professional development, especially within. We're really fortunate to have some of the best in the business, to be honest. Nate Van Couwenberg, he's a national leader in scholastic functional strength training. So you see him at the top left giving a training to our physical education staff. Lindsay Carl continues to assist us with life-saving skills for our staff and students. Top right, you'll see some CPR instruction. Mike Ferrari is providing, in the bottom left, best practice training to the entire Monroe County Public School Athletic Conference athletic directors on how to develop logistics and effective game operations to make sure you have the best student and fan experience while ensuring a safe and secure environment. And I've had the privilege myself to work with our coaching staff, Section 5, the New York State Athletic Administrators Association, in collaboration with Inside Out Coaching, Better Systems, and other importance of leading with a purpose, effective communication, conflict resolution, and understanding the importance of recharging in what we call 100x influence, maximizing one's potential and impact. Recently, I was appointed as a co-chair of the newly founded Committee on Technology and Innovation for the New York State Athletic Administrators Association. So I'm looking forward to working with my other co-chair, Jennifer Eastman, to help advance technology in the world of interscholastic athletics. So why do we have athletics here at Victor? I showed this last year, and I think it's really important for us all to know. Our number one reason is to connect students to transformational adults. The best way to put that, the human being is more important than the human doing. And sometimes that gets lost when you're talking about performance and results. So we really want to make sure that people understand, everyone understands, student athletes, other coaches, and our families, that we care more about them as people than we do as athletes. Number two, develop a culture of belonging for all stakeholders. That means everyone has a purpose and a voice. It doesn't matter if they're the starter or the star of a team. They have a purpose and a voice. It might be just during practice. It may be a manager, what have you, but we want to make sure everybody feels as if they belong. And then lastly, growth and development. It could be a skill that they learn during the sport. It could be a characteristic that we want them to understand, whether it be respect, courage, or resilience, so that they could take that beyond the time with them in our programming. Throughout the Inside Out Coaching Initiative, I've been collaborating with all of our coaches where I help them develop their purpose for why they coach. So I'm going to share a few of them right now. Alex Flores, which is Alex Dayton, our cheerleading coach. She serves to instill confidence in every athlete by creating a community of respect, selflessness, giving athletes and a family-like culture where they can thrive. Fred Finter, our football and flag football coach. My purpose as a coach is to instill perseverance and selflessness in my student athletes while maintaining a respectful, positive learning environment for all. Steve Fish from boys soccer. I coach to prepare young adults for life through discipline, respect, and service. Bob Goodell, track and field. I coach to create an environment that promotes fair and equal opportunities for athletes, encouraging them to develop a strong work ethic and commitment to achieving their goals. Jen Haggerty, Alpine and Girls Lacrosse. I am committed to using my positive energy and knowledge to create better athletes and people. I feel it is my responsibility to my athletes to be approachable and trustworthy. This will lead to the best results for our team. The reason why I share a few of those is all of our coaches, all 177 total coaches go through this process with me, because when the season ends, when I ask them, was the season successful, this is what I really go back to, is going back to their purpose. Are they meeting their purpose? Yes, they may have had a great season, win-loss record. They may not have had a great season, win-loss record, but if they're meeting their purpose, in my mind, in their mind, it was a successful season. Here's my data. Participation results, we still are cutting, I think I said this last year, about 200 to 250 student athletes. We want to keep everybody, we really do, but we're releasing about 250. Dr. Terranova asked me, well, how many of those are going to other sports? We never collected that data, so we started doing that this year. We're realizing about 44% of those students who are released are taking us up on the offer to go participate in another sport, which is great. We want that number to be higher, obviously. So the head coaches, council, and myself are working on ways to make sure that number can increase. We did see a drop a little bit in our registrations, which is our sign-ups. Some kids sign up, but they don't come out, so that dropped a little bit. We're looking at, maybe it could be the new Arbiter platform, just was too daunting for them. But we did notice an increase in multi-sport students, so more kids are now participating in more than one season, which is fantastic. This increased 13% over the last 8 years. Championships. So you can see right now we're at 17 total championships. This is the Unified Basketball's first league championship, so really proud for them receiving that. We're currently at 8 sectional championships, and you see the question marks up there for state, because our girls are competing tomorrow in the state semifinal versus Queensbury at 11:30, with hopes to have that 5-peat on Saturday. Boys did advance today. With I just wrote it down, with a 17-9 victory over Niskayuna. So there's the opportunity for us maybe to advance beyond that 17 mark and keep advancing up. This is the 25-26 year, so you see the 17. Over the last 4 years, I believe, 5 years, we've had a top 5 performance based on our results for competition. So really proud of that. And again, this year we were a school of excellence based on our academics. Thank you. Do I have any questions from the Board of Education?
First, thank you. Do we have any stats? I know it's something that's newer as far as how many student athletes are declaring dual sport per season. I know that's something that's growing. It's not exponential, but.
For our dual sport participation, we only allow it for the varsity level. We had maybe 4 or 5 student athletes this year that did that in our district.
Only at varsity?
Only at varsity, correct.
So you can, so to be clear, you cannot do a varsity and then declare a JV secondary sport?
Correct. Our current protocol is varsity roster only for dual sport participation.
Okay.
Anyone else? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate all the images to see what everyone's doing, as well as the data. And again, good luck to our teams who are still competing. All right, item 8C, everyone, that was the first read of the 2026-27 Victor School District Code of Conduct. Please make sure you're reviewing that. We will be asked to formally adopt that after the public hearing in our July meeting. So make sure you're reading through that. Item 8D is the bond resolution for various school bus purchases. Thank you to our community for approving that on May 19th, but we now need to adopt that. So can I have a motion to adopt the bond resolution for bus purchases as offered?
Brian.
A second?
So moved.
Dr. Parks, all in favor?
Aye.
No one's abstaining or opposed. Motion carried. All right, item 9A, Monroe County School Board's committee reports. There are none because there hasn't been meetings. I hope everyone saw that Kate did send out the Monroe County School Board's calendar for next year. September will be here before you know it when meetings do kick off again. There is a school law conference that month, as well as information exchange, legislative committee, and district operations committee. So we will obviously talk about committee for Monroe County School Boards at our organizational meeting. And then any standing committee updates?
Yes, we had our facilities meeting. So kind of went over the capital project where the different phases and where we're doing, how we're doing that. Just to kind of give a heads up to people, there's going to be disruption while construction's happening. And just be patient. It's going to be great later on, but it is going to be painful, especially like parking and things like that. So just be patient. Also, yeah, it was an interesting, we also got a nice big long list of, things that need to be done, or, a nice spreadsheet of that wish list of all the repairs and things like that if you had the money. So that's something to look at. And then also this coming summer, we'll be doing our condition survey that you do every 5 years. So having people walk through the buildings, looking at every single thing. And then from there, kind of having a plan as to what takes priority. So it was a very interesting meeting and lots of things going on. Then the other meeting that I had was IPAC with the Inquiry Program Advisory Council. And it was basically the goodbye to Amy Smith-Faison, who has been a wonderful inspiration for so many kids for a couple of decades. So that's a big loss at intermediate, but her replacement we got to meet is Sarah LaChance-Toffany.
Yeah, she is incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so excited for her to take on this new role, but it is big shoes to fill, but she's totally up for the task.
Yes.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah, so she was, meeting her, she seems great, and it is big, they're big shoes, but she seems willing to take it on, so that is very exciting. Oh, and I think that's it.
Any other standing committee updates? Are we
Yes,
good?
so just updates, I'll just rapid fire bullet points from the safety committee. Also had discussed impact of the campus construction, one of the topics. I know Christine Griffin is doing a ton of work on it. But also developing expectations for the construction workers and teachers and staff moving forward just with all the disruptions. Went over incident reports. The district-wide safety plan is, well, obviously it's not being presented tonight at this board, but for our board review, it'll be later based on some forthcoming things still from the state that may be in flux, which would change what that presentation looks like. And e-bikes are a challenge. And as I say, it's in code of conduct. It's in the code of conduct now. So, but it's not unique to the towns and the villages. It's right here on campus. So. And literally be appropriately so with the safety committee because it's a significant concern.
Anything else?
Well, I see with upcoming events, one thing that I would like to put on the group's radar, just as we look into the next year, is if anyone wants to go to state convention. It is in Buffalo, and I feel like we've kind of kicked this idea around a little bit, but it would be closer. And if people haven't gone, it is such a phenomenal learning experience, and you get to nerd out with other boards from across the state, and there's just so many learning opportunities and networking opportunities. So I think if we look at our board budget and kind of figure out if we can maybe this summer make a plan of who's interested in doing what, we can allocate our funds really efficiently. So I would really encourage people to consider Buffalo for October, my hometown.
Yeah, I agree. And, we can use time at the July meeting or workshop to sort of go through all these schedules before September rolls around and things start moving real fast. All right. So upcoming events, as everyone's mentioned more than once, class of 2026 graduations, Monday, June 22nd. I know we've got a few board members going. Thank you. You'll all be passing me tissues, I'm sure, as I have a graduate this year. We also have our board workshop on Thursday, June 25th in the conference room. And then our reorganizational and regular board meeting is on Thursday, July 9th. Please let us know as soon as possible. I know Elizabeth won't be there if you cannot join July 9th, so that we are aware whether or not we have quorums or not. And then, yeah, we'll have another workshop at the end of July. And that is all, folks. So without further ado, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Elizabeth?
Second?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, no one abstained or opposed, motion carried. Thank you for our final board meeting of the school year.